Hello, welcome to Go Yvonne. My name is Yvonne, and in today's video I want to take you around Beijing and show you how the Beijing Olympics have changed my daily life and daily life in the city. In my last video, many people commented they were happy to see the truth and what Beijing is really like now. I guess trust in mainstream media has fallen to new lows, and even the Olympics have become partisan. I am not one to talk about politics, but I am happy to show you my life here in Beijing. So, how has my daily life here changed? First, I got a month off from work. If you have been watching my videos for a while, you probably know I work at a school, and because the government wanted to reduce traffic and reduce the chances of spreading the virus, many people were given time off. Normally, I will have about 2 weeks off for Chinese New Year. But because the Olympics are in town, I was given a whole month. This is great, but also a little bit of a disappointment because of two reasons. First, my work told their employees they couldn't go travel, so I couldn't go on a snowboard or skiing adventure. Normally, if I have time off, I will travel around China or overseas. But this time I was stuck in Beijing. The second reason is I couldn't go to any of the Olympic events because of the bubbles and closed loops. As you probably know, the Winter Olympics are happening in a closed loop or bubble, and that is why I haven't been able to see any of the Dutch athletes win their medals. I moved to Beijing in 2013, and 2 years later, in 2015, Beijing won the bid to host the Winter Olympics. Back then, I started joking and saying, well, if I'm still there in 2022 and the Olympics are happening, I'm definitely going to buy tickets so I can see some of the events. Well, fast forward till today, I'm still here, but I can't see any of the events live. The best I can do though? Watching the Beijing Swimming Club taking a dip in this ice-cold water. The craziest part of the story is I actually had an opportunity to attend some of the events. But the requirements were insane. I would need to take multiple tests before and after each event, have a vaccine and booster shot, and self-isolate for 14 to 21 days after. These requirements seemed extreme to me, and so I missed my one and only chance of busting through the bubble. I won't be making it into the bubble, but Miguel actually had the opportunity to see some of the venues for the Olympics before the bubble even existed. This is the closest either of us will get to the games. Beijing has been preparing for the games for years, and Miguel got to visit a pretty cool site in 2020.
We're at the Shonggan Park here in Beijing, and this is going to be for the 2022 Olympics. This is where the high jump is going to take place. We were just at the top. It's about 50 meters up, and they just come down this ramp, and then they jump out, and they'll land here in this stadium. So they're currently building this stadium. There's a lot of construction going on for this entire park. It's pretty cool. I've never been on one of these before, so being at the top was pretty impressive to look down. I mean, it was super high. Now we're down here. We can see there's a lot of construction going on. They got big cranes. You can hear them, working away. This is actually pretty cool. This is the Shonggan Park here in Beijing, and this is where some of the events are going to take place, specifically the ski jump. So that's where they'll start at the top. They'll come flying down, land in this stadium. As you can see up top here, all the workers are putting in the seats and making sure that this is going to be ready for the 2022 Olympics here in Beijing. We still got cranes. We got a lot of stuff going on, and it's pretty interesting to see. I've never actually been in a Olympic venue before it was complete. I've been to the Bird's Nest here in Beijing, obviously after all the events were done, but this is actually before the events happened, and you can see this back here. Super impressive.
It was interesting to see Miguel's trip before the start of the games. But now the games have started, and how has it been around the city? As you can see behind me, things have gotten a little bit stricter. Because of China's zero virus policy, things have really tightened up, and everybody is scanning their QR codes again to get into places. Along with scanning your QR code, people are also wearing their masks again. Before the game started, the number of cases were rising, and this worried officials. which led to more temperature checks and app scans. Since the start of the pandemic, China has required people to scan health kit QR codes before entering places. But over the summer, when there weren't any cases, most stores and restaurants stopped asking people to scan. Nobody likes scanning, and it is a bit of a hassle. So when there weren't any cases, most people just stopped scanning. But with the Olympics coming to town and more cases, things have tightened up a little bit. Even with things being a little bit tighter, there are still some activities around the city, like this pop-up store. I just walked into a Samsung pop-up store. They are a proud sponsor of the Olympics every year. And when I went in, like the girls who are here, they approached me and said, oh, share a photo on your WeChat Moments and you can get a little pin. So I uploaded some photos on my WeChat Moments, and there's also VR. I've been scanning some signs, no QR codes, to gather points. And with those points, I can get special pins from Samsung related to the Winter Games with all the different sports. And I just scanned one and I got short track speed skating, which was 500 points, which is an entire pin. So I already have 2 pins now. I got 1,200 points by catching these pins, and now I am standing in front of this dispenser who's going to hopefully give me 2 pins that are not the same. Oh, your favorite, Miguel, a bobsleigh. So I got these 2. I mean, that's fun. It's a little souvenir. Hey, if you can go to the actual games and see any of the events, I guess this is the best you can get. I just came out of this little Samsung pop-up store, and even though it's a lot of fun and you have all these kind of activities around the city, it's just not really it. I mean, other than here, it's very empty. There's nobody out here experiencing it, so there's no real atmosphere, unfortunately. Other than a few pop-up stores and mascots around the city, a few of the subway lines were closed to the public at the start of the games. Some of the roads have been designated for official Olympic buses and vehicles. Around 70 hotels have been closed off and absorbed into the bubble, and a few trains have been partitioned. Overall, my daily life hasn't been greatly affected by the Winter Olympics. Some of the things have changed, but most of the things have stayed the same, like my love for coffee. If you like my videos, you can actually support me by buying me a coffee, and that is what some of you have done in the past. So I'm going to go in and get myself and Miguel, who's behind the camera, a coffee. The city is operating like normal, which is a shame because this is the Olympics and there should be tons of fans roaming the city looking for hotspots and looking lost, while locals giggle at their attempts to speak Mandarin. There are supposed to be live events and athletes signing autographs and talking with reporters about winning medals. There is supposed to be the Holland Heineken House and Team USA screaming about something. USA! 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 Our daily lives have changed a little bit, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to see the Winter Olympics here in Beijing. For the past 7 years, I've been really excited for Beijing to host the Olympic Games. It hasn't only been awful though. I did get a month of work. Despite not being able to attend any of the events, and despite the fact that fans were not able to travel to Beijing, I still think most people tried to make the best out of it. And overall, it still has been fun. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!